Well, my comments will be rather short also. Just get an update on the medical marijuana businesses. We did receive 3 appeals of the notice of violation out of the 4 that we sent out. The 4th one did not appeal, and apparently the property owner is looking to evict that particular medical marijuana business. The property owner also appealed the notice of violation too. So I foresee I'll be working with the city attorney. It's likely that we'll get the different appeals before the hearing examiner in September, and likely have hearings on all the appeals in one night so we can get it done. But we'll see how it works on that. And the attorney for one of the marijuana businesses has been contacting our attorney regarding remediation, which is something that is allowed or within our code enforcement section of code, requesting that for remediation. So that is continuing, the continuing saga. Hopefully we'll have something resolved before the end of the year. Secondly, just let you know, the freeway sign district proposed code revisions and other minor code revisions are on hold for a short period of time while the city attorney works on an overall model ordinance for signage based upon a recent U.S. Supreme Court decision on a case down in Arizona. And she has to take a look at our code and the proposed revisions and how they fit in. And it has to do with what they call sign content neutrality. So, and that's something that's been upheld by the courts for many years. And like I said, a new case came out of Gilbert, Arizona, that even threw more, I wouldn't say confusion, but tighten the controls even more that cities have to address. So that'll be coming in down the line. Just a quick update from Planning Commission. They will be reviewing some code revisions to the subdivision code that are necessary. I mentioned this before, that's tomorrow night. And likely we'll set a public hearing in their meeting in August. And hopefully we'll have the proposed code amendments before council sometime in September. Code enforcement. Our code enforcement officer has been out quite often dealing with different code enforcement actions. He's actually, in terms of the issues of tall grass, he's put together a door knocker just to let people know if they have tall grass that they need to get it cut. And that's kind of his initial contact. And he is out daily looking at code enforcement issues, and also as part of the building inspection and building review, when he's out there, he looks for them too. We're actually working on another code enforcement action with a trucking business that we contacted soon. So he is out there, and I think he is making a difference. There's already some folks that have already complied with the code that were out of compliance. So he's making a difference. Lastly, the Lane Morgan property. She has her short plat for the King County, and there was some good news from the county being that if the property being platted, part of it goes to a public agency, that she'll get a exemption for platting fees, so that's a help. So that's are there any questions?
Questions from council? All right, thank you. Public safety.
Good evening. I had put earlier in council members in the mayor's box a report that finally got put together on bias-based racial profiling. It's an annual report that I started this year. We haven't had it in the past, but it's informative. The demographics, the enforcement actions. I think it answers a lot of concerns and questions. So maybe at the next meeting, a workshop, once council's had a chance to review these, I could answer any questions that there might be. And I also, for the citizens that might be interested, I put a few copies here. And if you need more or want more, you can come to the police department, I will make sure that you get them.
Would council like to see that on a future workshop agenda, a discussion regarding? So we can use it. So can we get that? Or you have more to report?
Not on that bias base. Would you like me to answer? I could answer your question.
Councilmember Garberdine?
My question was, can we add this to the agenda tomorrow night? If
If you could, I don't know if it's necessary, we could do it, if that's what you would like to do.
Well, there were a couple of things I wanted to talk about. Could we just maybe do a real quickie on this tomorrow night?
Yes.
Thank you. That was all I wanted.
I will, change I'll send an updated version of the agenda. And, the second thing, I think most of you are aware that we executed a search warrant on Fifth Avenue South, that we had many complaints. I know the mayor had many complaints, and it was shortly after our staff meeting that things fell into place, and we were able to get enough probable cause to obtain a search warrant. We executed it, and it was a very large professional grow. We seized a lot of the numbers I know that we sent to you. Sorry, the boss, I think, sent it to you, the council and the mayor. And it was successful. We've got suspects. The case is still under investigation. We've got prosecutors on board. But we eliminated that problem, and we seized, I haven't heard the number, but a very large amount of the equipment that was used. It was very expensive lighting and electrical and the watering system. So anyway, I didn't know if anybody had questions on that.
Councilmember Garberdine?
Was it a rental home, or is it the owners of the home that were doing the actual?
It was a detached garage, and the residents in the home were renters.
So how does this work? I know that in some cases, when you have something like that, the landlord is supposed to know what's going on. Are you seizing the property?
No,
Okay. Do you have the ability to seize the property?
not under these circumstances.
Because,
Once it's all resolved, I can go through that.
okay.
I'm not sure how many questions you can answer regarding that kind of investigation. Okay, so further comment, or do you have more to report on?
No, I don't.
Further comment, questions from council?
Thank you.
Thank you, John.